I spend most of my time at the Wilkinson City Library nowadays. It used to be one of Daddy's favorite places to take me, but it's really not anything special. An average building from the early 90s with the most pathetic selection of books. I spy Phoebe, the black cat that sits ever present on the entry desk. I greet her with a swift stroke from head to tail. Where is Tilda today? My eyes dance from corner to corner. Tilda has been the resident librarian since Dad was in diapers, but honestly, I couldn't tell you how old she is. I mean, the woman literally never ages. She looks exactly the same now as she did the day I got my first library card. Tilda is really quite beautiful. She has long, gray bouncing curls that match her swirling gray-blue eyes. You see, while every library has story time, only the Wilkinson City Library has Tilda to create the most absolutely magical story time of all. Growing up, Dad and I would come every single week to Tilda's terrific Tuesday Tales. That is, every week until last year. I honestly didn't care that going to story time with your dad wasn't the cool thing to do at 16. Story time meant time with Dad.
Oh, jinxing jabbers, don't scare me, Genevieve. 'Tis so good to see you, my dear.
I just needed to get out of the house today to think about other things.
Oh, sweetie. You know you are always most welcome here.
Thanks, Tilda. I know you haven't done story time since last year, but I am dying to dive into anything other than a pint full of ice cream and emotions. Any chance you'd conjure up one of your spellbinding stories for me? I look up from my focal point on the floor to meet Tilda's eyes, and I can see her waging a wicked internal war. She was just as heartbroken by Dad's disappearance last October as me. Tilda sighs, smiles softly, then takes me by the hand. Together we walk tentatively towards the place my heart knows by smell. Notes of leaves and cinnamon float atop the musk of books. In the furthest corner of the library sits an intricately carved rocking chair beside an old clawfoot bathtub. Tilda takes a seat in the chair as it groans with a creak. I fluff the tattered pillows that line the tub and settle into my old familiar spot.
I'll tell you a tale. Breathe in, breathe out. I'll tell you a tale without a doubt.
I close my eyes and picture Dad sitting next to me.
I'll tell you a tale. Breathe in, breathe out. I'll tell you a tale, though you must not shout. I am not your ordinary, average librarian. My name not even Tilda, for it is Marion. For 900 years I have been a book witch, except one day each year when I experience the glitch. Book witches are known to cast spells upon their readers. Most spells are harmless, turning shy kids into leaders. Book witches can spin a web full of wondrous dreams, except in the glitch where things aren't what they seem. Last Halloween, I tried, and I cried. My magic was broken, held together with fear. That was the night I made your father disappear. You see, book witches can also see the soul in the story, though in the case of your father, it is much more gory. Your father had asked me as many times before to send him in pages to days of yore. Your father was friends with Shakespeare and Austen. To hell with the glitch, he said with no caution. My hand on Hamlet and my mind on Marlowe. I cast my spell like there was no tomorrow. A remarkable fate when words become speech. In this book you will live, a creature just beyond reach. It all happened so fast in the blink of an eye. For in the glitch, my spell went completely awry. The air in the room began to spin. Then with a sudden crack, off came his skin. His tissues and bones now exposed outright. He began to shrivel and shrink nearly out of sight. His eyeballs exploded. His bowels unloaded. I should have known. I should have stayed firm. Then, out of the book came crawling a worm. But witches can conjure such wonderful spells, except in the glitch, where horror dwells.
I open my eyes to see a tear trickle down Tilda's cheek as she shakes her head to bring herself out of her storytelling seance. The tear falls to the floor, landing just beside the smallest of worms.